Shall we continue? I saw your video about your service at the Presidio. What exactly is your definition of a veteran? Anyone who's been compelled to engage in combat. Anyone who has been in battle. Anyone who has undergone deployment into warfare, into a war zone. That would more or less be my notion as to how to define a veteran. Someone who has undergone this type of duress and experience. What is your opinion? What is your impression of Ayn Rand? Ayn Rand, the writer, the author, the socio-economist. I keep hearing this woman's name recently, over the past few years, and it reminded me that somewhere upstairs in the library we had a raggedy old copy of that Atlas Shrugged book, and I thought this might finally be the time to have a look at it. And so my answer to this question is, hold that thought, I will get back to you. It's 1,080 pages long, so it's going to take me a little while. But as it stands, I don't know a great deal about her. I never met her. I do know that she's incredibly controversial, and I know that a great number of you really do not like her. And the thing of it is, boys and girls, punks and skins, anybody who you hate this much clearly deserves a second look. It's not that I don't trust your judgment. No. I don't trust your prejudgment. I don't trust your prejudices. What did you think about 911? I don't know. I've only ever called it once, and that was on mistake. I was trying to dial a 971 prefix, and I think that my finger slipped on the dial, and it ended up dialing the 1 twice. And as I was pausing to dial the next number, the operator answered, 911, what is the emergency? And because we've had it pounded into our skulls since the beginning of time that you must not tie up that line, that you can't fool around with it, I froze, and then I just hung up. Went about my business, dialed the number that I was trying to get, and that was that. Well, within a few minutes, mind you, I happened to be looking out the front window, and I didn't have the porch light on, because I didn't want to run up the power bill, and I saw these flashlights out in the yard, and next thing you know, the popo's knocking on the door, 2 kids, and I said, what's going on here? Well, there was an interrupted 911 call from this residence. Well, you boys got here fast. And I explained what happened, and they said, oh, okay, well, next time tell the operator it was a mistake, and then hang up. But, yeah, they sure got there in a hurry, which is the complete opposite of every other story I've heard when they've been intentionally summoned. Will you tell us the story behind this picture? No. Who do you back, Palestine or Israel? Is it Super Bowl Sunday? You don't really want to know who I support, who I favor. You want to know who I don't support, who I don't favor. And no matter how I answer, you're all chomping at the bit to jump down my throat. There is no correct answer to this question, save for the one that I'm going to give you. Because you're looking for somebody to blame. Well, you've come to the right place. I can give you something to blame. You want to know who's responsible for all of this? You go back to where it all began, World War I. That's what's to blame. And if you really want to put a fine point on it, blame the British, Great Britain, England, Parliament. That is who is directly to blame for this current mess today. And I will tell you something else. While you're out there busy playing ping pong, choosing sides, as Americans, you should be aware of something of which you should already be aware. Your average John and Jane Q public, your average American, especially your sub-average American, the ones wandering around wearing those red baseball caps with the 4 letters on them, ask them, which side do they take? And they're going to tell you that which you should already know. They don't favor either side. They are sick and tired of hearing this as a topic of conversation. They wouldn't care if that entire part of the world went up in smoke. And that in itself is a problem. You bear that in mind, children, as you forge ahead looking for your Meet the Press debates. Tell us a funny, dirty Travis story? Okay. Here's one with his mother, Miss Christie, to whom we'd always like to give a little shout out. I can do this on the air now, remember? We're being informal here. We were driving someplace, I don't remember where, this was years ago. DT was driving, his mother was riding shotgun, and I was in the back seat. And DT says, he's rambling about this, that, and the other, and he says, this weekend we're going to go to the beach. And there's this pause in the conversation, and Miss Christie says, are you driving? And DT says, well, yeah, of course I'm driving. You see me sitting here behind the wheels. You see my feet down there on the pedals. And obviously I'm driving. And his mother says, to the beach. Are you driving to the beach, stupid? Now that was funny.